Daily Duos number 4, where we go through, watch every single team that's going to be at the Invitational. We're on team number 4, one VOD a day. This time it is JannisZ and Vadeal, the kings of Europe at the moment. They're just coming off their FNCS win, and they put on quite a show in the Week 2 Elite Weekly Cup Finals. So what do I mean by quite a show? Well, just listen to this. They won by almost 100 points. They had 352 points. The second place team had 268. Absolutely destroyed their competition. We're talking about EU too, arguably the best region in the world right now. And look at their placement. In 6 games, they got 2nd, 6th, 4th, 4th, 20th, and 8th. One game outside the top 10. That is unheard of and so hard to do at this high of a level. So let's see what they're doing and check out JannisZ and Vadeal. This is one of their games. I won't tell you exactly which one yet, but these two have been playing so well. And right now, they're one of the favorites, I would have to say, based on how they've played last season, based on how they played this season, and just continuing that. So, interesting to see here. I mean, basically what these two teams are doing right now is trading Storm Surge. It's definitely, I'm not accusing them of cheating like we've seen in the past, but there's mushrooms all over the place here. So these guys aren't afraid of taking a couple tags, and the distance is far enough between these two where they're going to leave it alone. They're not going to continue to chase and try and jump on somebody. These guys are all the way down here. So Dookie's job, he's getting Storm Surge. JannisZ trying to get it as well. Vadeal looking for it. So all it is really just looking for some Surge. Occasionally, they will look to take that fight. Like, if enough damage gets done onto these guys, they will look to take it, but I don't see that happening right now, so we'll speed this up. These two played uber consistently. They used to use the grapplers during the season with the grapples, aka last season. Clearly comfortable playing without any movement, because as of this VOD review, Chromes are still not in the game. Besides being able to Chrome builds, you can't Chrome players. Likely we'll see something in update on Tuesday, aka tomorrow. Also, you guys like my glasses? Just got some new glasses. Check them out. They're nice and thin, silver, much better than the old ones. Anyway, let me turn this down. These guys are looking to go make a play. This is way too big. That's from taking the thumbnail earlier. So they're looking to go make a play on these guys, and they are hanging around. They're actually really separated, so if these guys are able to find them, now they just have to watch out for the flank, but it looks like Vadeal was keen to that. No, not yet. They have no idea this player's sneaking them. Now they catch him. JannisZ quickly boxes up. He doesn't know if that's a full duo or if this is the opponent. I mean, one would assume that this is not the opponent, so that's why you full box like he just did. You're going to invest there. Now they've realized, okay, this is the solo. Get the chop on. Now we see his teammates coming over to help. So what was a good opportunity to take down a solo real quick turns into an opportunity for the other team. So now we're relying on JannisZ to try and save his duo here because Vadeal needs some time. Looks like that time is going to be given. Now we're just waiting. This is one of those stalled out fights where neither team really wants to overcommit here. And Vadeal is going to be like, bro, we getting out of here. It's a nice little play. Use the ramp. It's not going to work on all mushrooms. It's based on their placement, but you could definitely get a little boost with it. Now the disengage is going to come, but this is difficult when you got a team sitting on your head. So when we see this happening, we have the team up above, these two just sitting on their head, and Vadeal and JannisZ really just want to get away here. So they have to wait for these two to leave, because as of right now, there's just no way you could leave without spending a bunch of mats, which you can do. That definitely could be a thing. But look at this guy bugging out. So Vadeal even gets sniped on the way out. This is why you can't leave, right? So you just can't run away because of snipers, because of how good these players are. In a finals lobby, it's going to be a problem. Luckily, JannisZ is a savage. And one of the things that's key in a moment like this when you're trying to run away is how well you understand using the sliding mechanic to increase your speed. It's something that very high level players are going to be able to use just to increase that distance, right? If you're just better with movement, the sliding, and the sprinting, you're going to wind up doing better. And now we see JannisZ going to be able to get a big shot there. Oh, that player ramped himself off. Dude just threw. So this changes the fight massively. Instead of it being a 2-on-1, this guy threw the bag, gets pumped big, and then ramps himself off. We see JannisZ taking this from a box away. He knows that it's not his builds. Chip damage trade. He wins that one. Now he's looking to close out this fight. But again, keeping his distance from the player. Some of the best players in the world like only fight from a box away unless they know they have to get in. And now we see he's trying to get this elim here. Get the full finish, does get that. Now he can decommit, yet also get fully in. And the team comes in. Now it's time. All right, peace. I did what I needed to. It's time to get out. Someone got that. All right, sweet. We still have our teammates' cards, so we can get the reboot. And now he just needs to be careful not to be seen by this other team, which he does a good job of. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just hide, man. A lot of times people overthink stuff. We see Vadeal gonna go back all the way back in Storm, hit the reboot. This is pretty much what you have to do at the highest level. If you're hitting a reboot, you're going to have to go all the way into Storm. And at this area, there are geysers basically the entire way into zone. So this is not a far rotate. Plus there's mushrooms if you need white HP. And I'm sure they know, yeah, there's extra heals here. Vadeal gonna come back, get the loot. We're gonna have to see him play with the ranger and how that works. Luckily they get a closed zone pull. No one's really looking at him on edge here. And for as shambles as they were, this is not a bad overall loadout right here. Take the med kit. You got an open slot. Maybe split. Nah. That's probably about all you're gonna do. Now just get edge. And we're going to need a refresh or a refarm. And this is a smart play. We see, so third zone was about to pull, or into fourth. And we see these two are going to start moving preemptively before zone pulls. They see the teams that would be able to look at them are already fighting. So take advantage of that, knowing third zone pulls somewhere in the center. You preemptively start moving. Shout out to Coach Coco. He's the one that taught me that. Because most players, when they see where zone pulls, they pull up their map like this, mark where they want to go. So like those first few seconds are vital, and you can just get that much further and a freer rotate because of that. All right. So even though they kind of won a fight off the rip, Storm Surge is definitely by no means going away, but we can see they're just holding some players on edge here. Lots of fights taking place. Looks like they're going to go for a pre-edit play. JannisZ trying to hold it back, and they're just looking for these guys here. They must have heard some audio that cued them onto that, right? This player is weak, is a solo. Something tells you just to chase this down, putting pressure on from both sides. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get this elim. I bet it gets stolen. But we see Vadeal does a great job of protecting himself. And then, yes, Dom Mikey, we see, picks up that elim. But they should be able to get that refresh unless someone steals it real quick. And it sounds like someone jumped on that already. So they spent so many mats just on that play, and they're not really going to be able to get anything from it. So that was a huge all-in right there, which you kind of have to do based on their situation. Yet they're still living, able to get pretty strong as far as HP goes, but not a lot left in the tank as far as mats and anything. Ammo's low, heals are low. The one thing that is in their favor, they're going to pull zone here, so they'll be able to get that. And then, as we can see, they're going to look to hold people. They're also just shooting at people already in zone. All right, now we're shooting at people, trying to rotate. This is all you really can do. Try and look for Surge. Because they are not that good. I don't think it'll be an issue for them. So players are dying out fairly quickly. They're able to get some there. The player's using a keg. Now they're going to try and get on those walls, but not going to happen. We'll go moving zones in real time. So this is smart here by JannisZ. Understand. Boom. Look at that. Box built by 2. But they understand they can't spend a lot of mats, so run as soon as zone pulls, get ahead. And they're both looking at the same thing, right? We see them both looking right at these two players rotating. They get some damage done. Not going to be able to get the elim. But nonetheless, again, taking shots at the same player. And they're going to use this natural terrain here. So this hill on JannisZ's left. And the bridge, this is kind of like a pre-built tarp for them. Although, if they're not careful, it's going to cause them issues. So they get ahead. Vadeal, bugging out. And then they're just looking back, waiting to see if they can pick somebody off here. They're doing very well at being super specific with the materials they spend. They just keep bullying this one team. Dom Mikey just got bullied. Trying to drop a dude down. That might be a play where you go for like a pre-piecing right there. Try and grab those pieces ahead. And that's one of the advantages of playing Ultimate Low is you get the refarm ability. Up on the higher layers, there's nothing really besides the tops of trees to refarm. And we see JannisZ already investing all those hard mats, knowing they're going to run out of space. So invest in a tarp here, and then we have to get a refresh out of this. This is where we make our final stand. It's kind of like the Alamo, right? You know, all right, we're running low. We're not going to be able to escape. We have to push through. That's exactly what they try and do here. Not going to work out this time. They do a good job of avoiding the line of sight by those guys, and now they have like literally 0 materials. They just farmed a little bit, but good luck. Now this is the real final stand. This is the desperation play. And they do a really good job right here of putting themselves on the dead side of zone. So instead of being on the backside, we see all the players are right here, right? There's a team up above. Luckily, they don't get shot, but it's because they're underneath this tree, so that's protecting them. But everyone is right here, and these two are just sitting front side waiting. They're like, all right, cool. You guys, I know that you're doing your thing. We're just going to hang here. You all now have to come through us, and we're going to take advantage of that. Lucia and Nefries, probably no mats. Yeah, basically no mats on those two. So they are going to have problems. And Vadeal and JannisZ just sit back here, sit in a bush, and we're going to take advantage of this. JannisZ gets one elim, bunch of elims on the backside there. This is perfect play by JannisZ to dive in the storm. He just really doesn't have anything. And if he's got something better than a gray prime there, Trulex is going down. Either way, JannisZ is going to get Trulex in zone. And we see JannisZ just going to play for second place here. Vadeal's knocked. There's a player on his head. They're on height. He's really got nothing else he could do besides just play it out. Nonetheless, a very well played game by them. I mean, they did not have any shot at making it that far, if you ask me. But they are really good at the game, understand how to play this game when you're shambles, when to dive in, make plays, when not to. And I think that's why this team is really good. They also get lucky that there was a tree covering their shambles tarp with like a couple of builds, because that got them from, let's see, it's about right here. So that got them from like a 7th place all the way up to 2nd, which is a massive amount of points. But shout out to these guys for making it work. And not only that, but they punished all the teams on backside to then make all these teams die that much faster, and then they're able to pick them up. So thanks again for watching. That's Daily VODs number 4. We'll run it back again tomorrow. Hope you've been enjoying them. See you next time. Peace.